it looks like there's going to be a problem here. A very big problem. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to another Transformer review.
Hi, everyone.
My son and me.
And about that little...
That's a little skit that y'all are fixing to see here in a minute. So anyway, reviewing this stuff, we cover everything from the very beginning origins of G1 to where we are now, that we do now and then, and we cover stuff also that happens in the middle. So right now, we have a couple of things that we're going to cover from what happened in the middle of Transformers. So we are going to get over to the review station, turn the camera around, and that is it. That's all I want to say. So, did you want to add anything?
I don't think I have anything else to say, but to get to the reviewing area.
Get to reviewing area. So, here we go, y'all.
About that black and orange dragon, which y'all saw in the skit.
Y'all see here in a minute.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
So here we are at the reviewing area, and here is the figure that we're taking a look at here.
So we cover everything, like I said, from G1 to new stuff today and everything that happened in between. Well, we got a couple of skits that we're going to cover from what happened in the middle of between today and 1980s. So this is some of the middle stuff that we're going to review, and I am going to let Colton run with it.
So the figure that we're going to be taking a look at is the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Predacon Rising. I think it's called Ultimate Class or Ultra Class or maybe Leader Class. I don't know. Predaking.
He's one of them classes.
He's from the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Predacon Rising series. So here, as you could see, Predaking is a black and orange dragon here. And let's get a closer look here. And here's his dragon face here. And he does have some like metallic silver on these things here. And some orange paint. Well, some orange fading paint on these things here. And I don't know if, yes, he does. He does have it on both sides here. And going down to his neck, he does have some more orange paint, well, on these things here, which are on both sides. And this right here is just an orange plastic here, which is going to be meant for something, but we'll get to that in a minute. And going down to the front legs here, you can see he does have a lot more orange on the front legs here. And some silver paint fading here. And it does have some like Cybertronian symbols, like the ones from Revenge of the Fallen, if they are Cybertronian symbols here. And he only has it on one side only. Because this side does not have any of that Cybertronian writings or symbols. But this side does.
So this is Predaking, and he is a big dragon.
Yes. And going down to the front claws here, you could see the front claws do have some more of that silver painting to it. And I think the back claws do have some silver painting to it on both sides here. And going to the back legs here, you could see it only has a little bit of orange on it, but the back here does have a lot more orange paint to it. And the inside of the legs do have some more of that orange paint lining here. And the front, the back toes here do have some more of that silver paint. And going up to the top here, there's not a whole lot on the top here. Just a lot of black with some nice molded in details here. And the wings here do have a lot of orange paint on it, on the top view, and also the bottom ones here. And on the bottoms, you do have the Predacon symbol here, and it is on both sides here. And also on both sides of the wings, on the bottom, you do have more of that Cybertronian writing here. And on the bottom, you will see what will become his, well, what we are going to see in his robot mode. And also his tail here. His tail does, well, it is all black, but it does have some nice, like, silver paint to it, I'm guessing. I'm checking to see. Well, yeah, it is silver paint on the tip of the tail all the way down to here. You can see right there. And on the wings, which y'all clearly did saw, he does have these like crossbow shaped guns here, which I'll get to these in a minute. And now I just gotta get him standing straight.
That is a pretty big dragon.
Yes.
And we're also doing the reviews of here and there of Dungeons and Dragons. So I wonder what it would be like with this dragon against Tiamat.
And
that
here's
would be pretty wild.
And here's the full view of Predaking's dragon mode.
Yeah, big, menacing.
And for articulation,
do you want me to help you with it, or you got it?
I think I've got it.
Okay.
I am going to get to the articulation, but when I'm done with the articulation, I will have to mention something that does kind of bother me. But I did know how to fix it. But let's show off the articulation first. So for the articulation, his head does move but that's because of a gimmick that he has. Because yes, he does have a gimmick in his beast mode. But we'll get to that in a minute. But going down to his legs here. For the front legs, they do rotate all the way around. But of course, they do get hindered by these wings. But you can move the wings out of the way to get the full rotation. And as you can hear, they are on ratchets. But they can move in and out. You do have a swivel here and a ratcheted elbow here, or a ratcheted front leg. And the claws do have a ball joint here, and the claws can open and close. And for the back legs, I won't have to move his tail up, and you can move his tail up and down. The back legs, these things can move out of the way on both sides. So his back legs can have a lot more range. But the back legs can move up and down on a ratchet, move in and out on a ratchet, a swivel here, and a, well, I was gonna say he has a ratcheted knee, but he doesn't. And for the wings here, I will have to move up the camera. So for the wings, they can move up and down on these joints here, and they do have a hinge joint here, and you can splay out the wings so they look like this. And that's about it. Now, the problem I have with his beast mode is his beast mode head. If you stand him up straight, I'm gonna have to try and, well, I am gonna have to move up his wing so y'all can see what I'm doing.
There you go. Just take it off for
yes.
now.
Or I'm just going to have to remove one of his wings.
They pop off and pop on. It's not a big deal. So they're meant to do that.
They just clip on using these clips and these things here.
Yeah. And that was good. That was cool. So we're taking it off right now so he can show y'all what he needs to show y'all. We'll put the wing back on here in a minute. Here we go. Let me see. I got it. Okay. All right. So the wing right now is just put to the side. Like I said, they do come in, they do clamp on and clamp off. It's not a big deal.
So, the issue I have with him in beast mode is... Now he is standing straight on all four of his legs. But as you can see here, his beast mode head is stuck looking up. And you can make it look like he's looking straight, but that will be a problem because of that gimmick, which I will show it to y'all in a minute, of why his head is stuck looking up. But the way I fixed it so that way he's not always looking up is, now his back legs do tab in. Well, first I will have to move these out of the way. But the way I do it is I would take the back legs and untap them and the way they tap in is from this hole and that black tab. And once this is untabbed, you now want to swing it around, and you do want to bring this up and just tap it in, and then rotate this up, and then take the back leg here and bring it down. And that is another ratchet sound. And kind of position his back feet. And then I'll just do the exact same on the other side. And I will need the wing back.
Okay.
And while we're talking about these, now this thing and the other thing does require a couple of batteries that you put inside these things here.
Yes, they require 2 AA batteries.
AA batteries.
2 AA batteries.
And once you insert the batteries in these two things, you can now attach these wings. And these two are the battery compartments. And to get to them, you just unscrew this screw and pull these two apart and put the batteries in these two compartments here.
Yes, this is a little cover right here. Once you undo the screw, this section pulls up. And you can put both AA batteries in there.
But you will have to make sure that the wings are off before you get the batteries inside these two compartments. So now let me just reattach the wing back on. And as you could see, with his new legs being transformed the other way around, he's now looking straight. But you will have to kind of move his back legs down just a little bit. So that way he looks like he's looking straight. A lot better. Just like that. Which I think is a whole lot better.
Yes, he has more of a straight on look now instead of looking up.
Yes. But you can position the back legs however you want to do it. Because you have options for the back legs. So now let's get to a couple of features that he has. So for the first feature, which are these crossbow shaped guns here, because he does have two of them, one right there and one right there. What these can do is, you do have this orange trigger here that when you press it down, it will fire out the missile. Just like that. Which I think y'all clearly have saw while I was detaching this wing. I don't know if y'all saw that.
So bow crossbows can shoot out their missiles.
Yes.
Okay. And with the little lever right here,
Well, a trigger.
the trigger right there,
The orange one.
you push it down on that and it shoots that out.
And for the last feature, and this is where I have to turn off this light, and I have the other light on, because his dragon head does have a light up feature, and to do that, there's this lever here, and when you push it down, his neck will go down and his mouth will open, and you do get some red lights on this translucent yellow horn piece and on his eyes. We'll have to back up some. So when you push this down, you could see that, where the horn and the eyes light up. And when you let it go, it doesn't spring all the way back up.
It's supposed to, but some of the springs a little worn. But hey, that's cool.
Well, not worn, or maybe it is. It's just kind of stuck.
Yeah, and see, when it goes all the way back, it goes back out, so... Yeah, wait a minute. Hold on, let me help you hold it up.
I think I...
Alright, go ahead.
That's me holding it down. But when you let it go, it doesn't spring all the way up.
Yeah.
It just stays there.
Well, it's supposed to spring all the way up. Like I said, this has a little bit of time on it. But that's a cool feature nonetheless.
I don't think the spring is worn. I think that's just how it was made.
Okay.
So that's about it for the beast mode. So now let's get him transformed into his robot mode. And the transformation is like one of those strain out the limbs and reveal a new head. That's it. Which I'm not really a big fan of that. But to do that, I am going to have to first remove these things. Because sometimes when I'm trying to transform this guy, I will accidentally shoot out these missiles and they'll go flying somewhere.
So it's better to take them off right now. Alright.
And you will have to remove the tail. And the way the tail taps in is from this peg and that hole right there. So all you do for the transformation is, well, if the legs were at the other configuration, you would untap them from these holes, from these tabs, and swing them around and tap them in. Or if they're like this, then all you would do was just straighten out the back leg and rotate them around so they look like this. And then you just position the feet, and these are going to be his robot mode legs. And now I will have to scooch up the camera. And get his feet situated so he's standing up straight. And then all you do is, for the front legs, you just close up the claws and rotate them to make his robot mode hands. Straighten down the front legs to make his arms. Then take these things and flip them out. And for the beast mode head, you just untap it and bring it all the way back so it looks like that. And then you want to take his robot mode head and rotate it around. And you're done.
So I like this figure. I like the way he looks a lot. He looks very menacing. He looks like a robotic dragon, kind of.
And I also do like his robot mode too. But the transformation, I don't like it, because all you're doing is just straighten out the limbs and revealing a new head. That's it. But as for the robot mode, I do think it looks really good. So getting a closer look at him, he does have a pretty nice looking head sculpt right there. And this yellow part on his forehead is a translucent yellow, and so is his eyes. That's because he does have another light up feature in his head here. And he does have some orange paint on his neck here. And on his chest, he does have a little bit of silver on his chest, or a metallic gray paint on it. And you do have some yellow paint there. And his thighs here does have some yellow on the top and the orange fading to it here. And his knee pads do have some silver fading paint to it, which you can see right there. And the legs are the exact same like we saw in beast mode. And here's the side view here. And the back here. The only kibble that he has on his back is the dragon head here. Which I wish that they would do something else to tuck in the dragon head. Oh! And he just fell.
He's kind of back heavy. Having that kibble on there, so...
Yeah, he is kind of back heavy. So, overall, a really good looking robot mode. And I will have to get his wings situated.
Yeah, now he's in this robot mode. Now his wings can spread out still.
Yes.
Even in robot mode, his wings can still come out to the full extent of what they were in dragon mode.
Yes.
Because it's on a pivot.
And the articulation is all the exact same, like it was in beast mode. The only new articulation you have in his robot mode is the swivel at the head. And I forgot to show y'all this.
Yeah, speaking of the head.
No, I wasn't gonna get to the head. I don't know if I already showed y'all this, but I'm gonna go ahead and show it to y'all again. His feet do have ball joints on them, but they are kind of limited. Yeah, they are kind of limited due to these things in the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And these knee pads can move up and down. Just like in the beast mode. But everything else everything else for the articulation is the exact same, like it was in his beast mode. And as for his weapons, for the 2 crossbow-shaped guns, you can leave them attached to the wings if you want to, or you can also attach these onto those holes on his arms. To give him some, like, arm cannons. Just like that. And as for his tail, which is this that we removed from the beast mode, this does become a sword. And to have him hold it on his hands, he does have these holes here that goes into this peg here. So it looks like that. But the problem with that is if you have him holding the sword, his hands do kind of droop a little.
Because his sword's so long and
it is too heavy.
Yeah, it's too heavy where it puts a lot of strain on the wrist and the wrist can't support it.
Because his hands are on ball joints. And before we end this video, or get to our final thoughts, he does have one more feature on him, and that is he does have another light up feature on him, and that is on his head. But I will have to turn off this light. And you could see on this side, he does have this translucent piece, which is a button. And when you push it, his head and his chest will light up red. Just like that.
They don't make any sounds, they just light up.
Yes.
He does not make no sounds. The gimmick that he has on him is just lights.
Yes. And that is about it.
So, stay tuned for our final thoughts on it.
So, there we have Transformers Prime, Beast Hunters, Predacons Rising, Leader Class, or Ultra Class, or whatever that they're calling it. I don't remember.
He's one of them classes, y'all.
Predaking.
Now, this Predaking is different than the G1 Predaking, so don't get them mixed up. This comes from a totally different part of the Transformers universe.
Which is Transformers Prime.
Right, and later on we're going to have the review of the G1 Predaking, which is totally different than this one. So don't get them mixed up because G1 is going to look different than this one here. But this was good for the story that they had at the time. And this, if I believe, this Predaking was at odds with Megatron, I think, through some of the storyline.
In the Transformers Prime show?
Yes, don't get me wrong. Because I didn't see it that much. So I knew of him, so I don't actually... I know that him and Megatron tied into it a couple of times, but that's as far as I can tell you. I know that there's more to this character, but I'm just not sure exactly what it is or what it's about. I've seen him, like I said, maybe once or twice, and that's about it. That's all I know.
I also don't know much about Transformers Prime. It wasn't really my thing. I have watched it, but I've only watched a little bit of it.
So if there's anything that you want to add to it, please tell us down there in the comment sections below so we'll know. Like I said, we know that we have a couple of them, and this was the middle story so far of the Transformers, not not today where we're at, and not 1980s. This was caught somewhere in the middle. So this is another extension of Transformers spin-off boot legacies that they have. So as far as this Predaking, I like him. He looks really good in dinosaur mode. He looks good in robot mode. His features are awesome. I wish that he had voice, but he does not. All he has is lights. And y'all, that's about my take on this Predaking. But y'all know me, I'm always towards the G1, so but that'll be coming soon. This was an alright figure. He had a bunch of gimmicks and plenty of play value. The ratchets are amazing.
Yes.
The ratchets are still strong today.
Yes.
So with that said, he does have some pretty good articulation, and I am going to step out, let Colton finish wrapping it up. Y'all take care of each other, take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you later.
But before I end this video, I also need to get my final thoughts out too. So my final thoughts for this figure, I also think both his robot mode and his beast mode does look really cool. But a couple issues I have with it is the transformation to me is boring to me. Because all you're doing is just straightening out the limbs and revealing a new head. And he is one of those Transformers. And this is not the first time. There's other Transformers that had that same transformation where you just straighten out the limbs and flip out a new head. And another issue I have with it is the spring-loaded light-up feature in his Dragon mode. When you push it down, it works great, but when you let go of it, it doesn't spring back up. It just, well, it kind of springs up just a little bit and just stops. So you just have to spring it back up yourself manually. But everything else about him looks really cool. So I think that's about it. So there you have it. Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Predacon Rising Predaking. And if you like this video, give us a like, comment, and subscribe for more.
And with that said, subscription and subscribing is always free. Don't cost you nothing. It's just a little small click for you, but it means a lot for us in this channel. And me and Colton want to say we thank y'all.
And if you want to check out some other videos you may have missed, there's a playlist set up on my YouTube channel. So I think that's about it. So thanks for watching.